In today's video, guys, we shall be taking a look at the newest addition to the Transformers franchise, Transformers Rise of the Beast. So without further ado, let's get into today's review. Let's get into it. So I thought then that this Transformers sequel was average, and this is the whole story around Transformers for the past few sequels, apart from Bumblebee, because Bumblebee brought it back. It was fresh, it was enjoyable, and this is meant to be the sequel of Bumblebee. However, I think over the past few years, Transformers has gone on a downward spiral ever since, because it's just average, boring, stale, every word that you can associate with Transformers, because they've gone too far. They should have either left it at the original trilogy. I liked the fourth one, or they could end it on the fourth one. They could have ended it after Bumblebee. They had several opportunities to end the franchise. However, no, they want to keep going and keep going and keep going. And eventually this thing is just getting staler and staler and staler. Although this one's meant to be a prequel and the sequel to Bumblebee, it just feels more of the same sort of shit. It's like, oh, this person gets injured, right, now the Megatrons have now got to fight the bad guys, then the Megatrons come out on top. Every time you see the same set of sequences happen, and you knew what was going to happen. You knew that Bumblebee wasn't going to die because he's in the later movies, and since this is a prequel, you knew that he weren't going to die. So it was like, what are you actually going to do in this movie to make it exciting? And the whole arc of the trailer looked like it was the beasts, as they call it on the thing, the animals, versions of Transformers. To me, it seemed weak. They were underused because they were like the main selling point for the whole movie. However, they were hardly used. They were underused, and they didn't offer a threat whatsoever. You had the so-called Optimus Primus, how original, by the way, and he didn't really do anything. He just run around the place, killed maybe one or two robots, and then that was about it. It was just a whole bag of averageness, because I was sort of hyped up for the trailer, because the trailer didn't really show much. It just showed these animals talking to Transformers, really. That's all it showed. It didn't show any humans in it, so that's why it was a bit interesting. However, I think the trailer looks more interesting than the actual film, because all the stuff that the trailer tries to present, maybe that they're going to go after the animals, the beasts, didn't happen. Moving on, I think a big reason why this movie failed, and that was the so-called killing off of Bumblebee, because to me, I was hyped up from watching Bumblebee. Where's he going to go next? Is he going to meet back up with them? Is he going to have to fight to reunite with the Transformers? It leaves a door open, because obviously they're going to meet together. And it's just a whole bundle of shit, to be fair, with him in this movie, in which it shouldn't have been, because they treat him again like Optimus Prime's bitch, rather than being his own personal main character now. This guy had his own film, and it was totally better than all the Optimus Prime scenes in this movie. Let's be honest. Optimus Prime in this movie was meant to be this big, heroic, bullshit, superhero type of person, and did fuck all. Whereas Bumblebee is like a lovable, enjoyable character, and they kill him off maybe in I want to say in the first half an hour, 40 minutes, I'm not quite sure. But they kill him off for a big chunk of the movie, and then he comes back at the end because he like resurrects, and then, yeah, and then does practically fuck all and becomes Optimus Prime's bitch again. It's like, what are we doing here with Bumblebee? You've just made him into a main character in the last film, and now you're treating him like Optimus Prime's bitch again. He's now his own character, surely. You're going to let him have that screen time and have that chance to show, actually, I'm not what we've seen throughout most of the Transformers movies, which is Optimus Prime's bitch, but I'm now probably one of the main characters. But you can't be one of the main characters if you're going to get killed off in the first few minutes in an easy sort of way as well. On Mirage, I really liked the character Mirage. I think he was funny. He was the only bright spark, in my personal opinion, of this entire movie, and that shouldn't have been the case. I think Bumblebee should have been better. And he should have been like one of the main stars in this movie, considering this is meant to be a sequel from Bumblebee. and he should have been involved in this. But enough of Bumblebee. I think Mirage was brilliant. He added humor. He added everything that you needed for that character in this particular movie. He did his job. He gave this movie something to enjoy about the film. And if you take Mirage out of this particular movie, you're left with a stale, boring, completely shit Transformers movie, whereas it's a little bit boring, it's a little bit stale. However, you've got a bright spark in Mirage, and I think a lot of that is just simply because you're just trying to find something to like about the movie, and at least you could say he's funny and made this sort of connection with the main characters that nobody else has really done. Also, just a quick talk on the villain. I think Unicron was just an average Transformers villain. He did nothing special. He was just the typical, can you just be the villain? Yeah, I'll be the villain. What do you do? Just look at every other Transformers film and just act like this? Okay, I'll do that. That's what Unicron did. He did nothing different. He did nothing special. Guess what? He wanted to take over Earth yet again. What other little storyline can they come back together with? I didn't mind how the Transformers wanted to get back to their own planet. However, it's just the same villain yet again. It's just not original. I also thought that the main character, Noah, at the end of the movie, becoming like a version of Iron Man. And I'm just thinking, as soon as I saw that he'd taken on Mirage's sort of armor and stuff, I thought, this is getting ridiculous. It's like, you are trying to come up with something original, but this sort of originality has already been done with Iron Man. Fuck's sake, man. You're just taking ideas from other movies and going, do you fancy being Iron Man? Yeah, let's have it. You know what I mean? And that's what they fucking did. It's annoying because when you watch Transformers meant to just transform into cars. The animals thing is a bit far-fetched, but it still works. But now taking the armor off a Transformer and wearing it is a bit fucking weird, innit? Let's just be honest, this is not Iron Man. Moving on to the part that you're probably wanting to hear me talk about is maybe the potential crossover of G.I. Joe and Transformers. Why the fuck are you doing that? Not only are they turning this franchise into a complete and utter mess of a franchise, they're messing with it, they're making more average sequels, they're now doing a crossover to make more money for themselves, and it is yet again another money grab. Because why are you doing a stupid crossover like that? Seriously, what are you getting out of that? More idiots going to the cinema to watch it like myself? Probably. Yeah, just to see how bad it's going to be? Yep. Because nobody wants to see this crossover. Nobody wants to see this crossover. I think it's going to be piss poor. Franchises merging just does my fucking nutting because it just shows that they've run out of ideas. This franchise needs another sequel because we want to make more money out of G.I. Joe, we want to make more money out of Transformers. Good idea, let's put them together for the next sequel. Fuck off. Finally then, on the actors and actresses, I thought the actors and actresses did alright. I didn't think none of them really stood out, but we saw the likes of Anthony Ramos, Dominique Fishback, Scott Vazquez, Peter Cullen, Ron Pearlman, Peter Dinklage, Michelle Yeoh, Pete Davidson, and Liza Koshy. To summarise, Transformers 100th sequel. I do believe this is bang average, hence why I've rated this movie 6.1 and an average film. So let me know down in the comments down below what your thoughts are. Is it amazing? Is it terrible? Is it the best film you've ever seen? Or is it the worst film you've ever seen? Let me know down in the comments down below, please. Also, we have noticed not enough people have been smashing that subscribe button, so please smash that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. I shall see you guys in the next one. Laters.